Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to create two different makeup looks. I'm going to show you how to create a day look, which is this right here, and then I'm going to show you how you can sort of just transition that into night after you've worn this look all day. If you've noticed, I'm filming kind of in a different background area. Usually I film like right meh, but I kind of just kitty cornered it for no reason at all. I just kind of felt like switching it up. So let me know what you think about this background, or if you like the old one, or if you want like a completely different background. I'm open to different options. So yeah, just let me know what you think about that down below, and let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to create this look right here, right now. All right, so to start off, I am using the Taupe Brow Wiz pencil from Anastasia, and I'm just going to fill them in very lightly. I find that during the day, especially, I don't like a super dramatic brow. I've kind of toned down my brow game. I talk all about it in my eyebrow video. I'll link that down below. Yeah, I don't like it super crazy sculpted anymore. Just very light, and I like that you can see sparse areas. I just like them to have a better shape, if that makes any sense. I have whoa, did you hear that? Do you ever have it where like in your throat it like gargles? Now, priming for me is a pretty big deal because I don't want to say I crease really easily, but if I ever wear eyeliner or anything, it always touches up into my crease. So my favorite primer of all time is the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. I was super late in jumping on this bandwagon. I got this a year ago, and this has lasted me a little over a year now. So hasn't dried out. Just make sure you keep it on really tight. But for me, this primes and everything stays on. Everything blends nicer, so I highly recommend this primer. It's like 20 bucks, I think, but it lasts forever. And I use a ton of it at a time. I don't just use a little bit. I think you can get away with just a little bit, but I'm crazy and I use a ton. I'm just gonna set that with any kind of like light white powder. And then I'm also gonna rub that into my eyebrow. That makes it look even more like natural looking. I did use the Too Faced Stardust palette from Vegas Nay, and I used the color Chandelier to do that. It has a little bit of a sheen, I think, but not much, and I really like it. It makes me look really bright and awake. So now that my eyes are primed and they're set with powder, I'm gonna move on to the face. I'm using the Make It Forever Step 1 face primer. This is a smoothing primer, so it's going to fill in like any pores or texture on the face. My skin is finally clearing up from that L'Oreal foundation, so I love to put it right here because my pores are like huge in this area right here, over the nose, and then I just smooth it out to like where I get texture, which is like all up in this area here. My favorite foundation for the last like 2 months straight has been the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. It is a buildable coverage. I'd say it's probably medium to full. This is my everyday foundation. I use it all the time. I'm gonna drop stuff, and I'm going to use it with the Makeup Geek foundation brush. This is very similar to the F80 from Sigma. I usually do about 1 to 2 pumps on the back of my hand, but recently my pump has been glitching, and look, it goes like all over the place. So let me know if you have that problem, or if I'm just being stupid and I don't know how to pump out foundation. So I'm just gonna dot this on one side and buff it in with my brush. I haven't met anybody that doesn't like this foundation yet. It gives just the most beautiful, most natural looking finish while still giving a medium to full coverage, and it lasts all day long. It says it lasts 12 hours. I've never worn it for that long, but it's still a really long wearing foundation and looks so pretty on the skin. So now I'm going to conceal. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Creaseless Concealer in the shade Light Warm, and I'm going to blend it out with this brush. I switch between this and a beauty blender, or I'll use like my angled kabuki brush from Sigma, because you can use it for your foundation and you can use it for your concealer. So it doesn't really matter. And then I'm just gonna balance this out very lightly. You don't have to do that. It's just a preference for me. I really love this concealer because a little bit really does go a very long way, and it has that doe foot applicator. So I mean, I still love the Pro Longwear Concealer from MAC, but because it comes in a pump and you always have to have it on the back of your hand, it gets really annoying. So this is just so much quicker and just better for me. So I really, really like this concealer. I was going to use my Makeup Forever bronzer, but I literally just had it in my hands and I cannot find it anywhere. But it's in this vicinity. I just don't know where it is. So I'm going to use this Chanel cream bronzer, and I like to apply it with the round top kabuki brush from Sigma. I just think this applies the best. I've tried other kabuki brushes. I've tried just other brushes in general, and I think this one is my favorite for applying this. So I'm not going to contour. I'm just going to bronze. Whoa, a lot just came off. I do have a pretty big breakout right here, so I'm just going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And this is in the shade Custard. I'm just going to cover that up. For my blush, I'm going to use Flowerchild from Becca. This is just a really pretty blush for the daytime. And I feel like these last so long on the cheeks. And it just gives like a really nice like flush to the face without like being too overboard. It's just a really nice pink. I love this color. I always have a hard time with the left side of my face. Like with contouring and everything, like applying blush, it just doesn't look as good as this side. This side of my body in general is just better. This side looks better with makeup. This is the better eyebrow. This side doesn't have any crooked teeth. I didn't get my thumb chopped off on this side. I'm going to use an E40, and I'm going to take the color Millennial, and it's just like a peachy brown. I really think it's super pretty. So just a little tiny bit. And I'm holding pretty far back on my brush because that makes it so that you don't apply too much at one time. It goes on very light instead of too much. It's so much better to start light and then build up, because if you start with too much, it's so much harder to just blend it away. So if you start very light and blend up to a darker pigmentation or just more product, you're going to have a better, more flawless looking result. With my finger, I'm going to take the color Selfie, and I'm just going to take it on my ring finger. I'm going to pop it right on the brow bone and blend it out. I'm also going to take it in the inner corner of my eyeball, right here. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I'm using the Shu Amira Eyelash Curler. So this is my favorite combo for mascara ever. This is the Dior Lash Plumping Serum. It is the best thing ever. I'm going to top it off with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is my favorite mascara ever. I unscrew the both of them so that they're both loose, and then I take the Dior one, coat the lashes super good. Now don't let that dry. Go right in with your Better Than Sex mascara and go over top of it. If you let that dry, your lashes are going to be clumpy. It's going to be hard for this mascara or any mascara to go on top of it. Not only does this prime for your mascara and whatnot, but this also helps your lashes grow. So you can put this on at night before you go to bed, and it will help your lashes grow. And this is a very full and like volumizing mascara, so I'm going to take off some of the excess here so that it's not like crazy full on the bottom, and just apply this to the bottom eyelashes. I would apply that Buxom Nicole lip gloss, but it's in my purse all the way downstairs and I'm feeling super lazy. So I'm going to use the Syrup lipstick from MAC. It's one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. It's like just a really pretty like purpley pink color. It's one of my favorites for fall. And then over top of it, I'm going to use this lip gloss from Urban Decay in the color Naked. So, and then just to make myself look really fresh and dewy, I'm going to use the Fix Plus spray from MAC. So this is the completed day look. I really like this look. I feel like it's very just fresh and awake without using too many products and just keeping it very simple. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, run some errands, clean my room, and then I'll be back and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can transform this into a nighttime look. All right, so it has been a couple of hours now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and transform this into a nighttime look. Now, this isn't gonna be a neutral eyeshadow look. That's what I originally was gonna plan on doing because I just think that neutral looks are what people use most often, but I kind of wanted to use a little bit of color, so yeah, I'm going to do that. Well, I'm going to take an E35 brush. An E35 is smaller than an E40, but it is bigger than an E25. So it's kind of like the middle one. And I think that these three brushes are like all you need for blending out your eyeshadow. It's all that I ever use. So I'm going to take an E35 and I'm going to go back into Millennial, which is what we had on our crease before, but I originally applied this with the E40 brush. So I'm just going to go in with an E35 brush, which is a little bit more precise. And I'm just going to build up that color a little bit more and make it just more apparent that it's there. And instead of doing complete circular motions like I did before, I'm doing more windshield wiper motions, because windshield wiper motions are going to apply more of that color in one spot, where circular motions is buffing it more into a wider area. So it's not going to be so blown out. This color is going to be more precise in the crease. All right, so now I'm going to go in with this color called Follow Me. It's like this brighter purple, and put it right on the tip of the E25 brush and put it on the inner and outer corner of my eye and kind of push it up into the crease on a diagonal. So it's going to look like a triangle almost. Now I'm taking Millennial again and just diffusing the edges very lightly without covering up too much of the color, because I want that purple to be shown. Now I'm going to take Double Tap this color down here. It's like a deep burgundy color. It reminds me a lot of Sketch from MAC. On that same brush, I'm just going to kind of like layer it with that Follow Me purple color. I'm going to use my pencil brush from MAC just to get deep into that outer and inner corner, just more precisely with the Double Tap color. Take a little bit more of that purple Follow Me color just to reinforce it, make it a little bit more apparent. Blend over top of it. Oh, I'm loving this. I think what I'm going to do is just reinforce the brightness of my lid, but without making it like a different color completely. I'm going to take Chandelier, which is that first initial shade we used as a base, and just touch it in the center. I should have used a smaller brush. This is way too big. I'm kind of dragging it up into the center, in between the crease thing that we did. I am digging this. Oh yeah. What do I do next? I am taking my fresh eyeliner brush. This is the E10 from Sigma, which is my favorite brush for applying eyeliner. And then I'm going to take my favorite gel liner, which is the Inglot number 77. It is so dark black, and this is the eyeliner that makes it so that it doesn't go up into my crease. It's super creamy right away, but then it dries really fast and it doesn't budge. I'm going to reinforce how bright it is using the MAC Pro Emphasize Shaping Powder and just make it super bright and highlighted. This is just a personal preference. You definitely don't have to make it so bright white, or you don't even have to do this at all actually. But this not only like mattifies the area, but it's going to just really brighten up the eye look and kind of contrast with the eyes, because the eyes are going to be more smoky and dramatic. So it just makes this looks brighter because of the dark smoky eye, and then this makes the smoky eye look darker because this is so bright white. Know what I mean? So next I'm going to, where are my tweezers? I'm going to apply some Duo Lash Glue. Alright, I'm applying Lashlorette from Esqido. Oh my gosh. Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. Alright, I've been using this big powder brush for bronzer lately, so I'm just dusting it off. And I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus just to dust over areas that I tend to get more oily. I'm going to use this Makeup Geek brush, and I'm going to mix all three colors from the Anastasia Contour Kit just to strengthen up my contour. Oh yeah, right there. Get it, get it, get it. For my cheeks, I'm just going to use the same Flowerchild blush from Becca. I'm just going to apply it a little bit more. I'm going to use the Peach Mosaic highlighter from Laura Mercier. I'm going to mix these two side shades together for my highlight. Oh yeah. Alright, so now that the face is all refreshed, I'm going to go back in to the eyes and I'm going to take the Stardust palette and I'm going to take a mixture of Follow Me and Double Tap. I'm going to mix these two together and I'm going to use this E15 flat definer brush from Sigma and I'm just going to rub this really close to the bottom lashes, and then I'm going to use the color Millennial, which was that first like transition shade that we used, and on an FX7 brush, it's like a stiff dome shaped brush from Sigma, I'm going to use that color to buff out these colors so that they're not harsh at all and it just fades really nicely. I'm going to use East End Snob lip liner from Rimmel. I really like the color, but it's such cheap quality that like when I put it on it just crumbles and falls apart, which sucks. I'm going to use Kate lipstick from Jouer. And I'm just going to use the same Naked lip gloss from Urban Decay. Alright, and then last but not least, I am going to set my face using the Urban Decay Naked All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray from Urban Decay, because if this is a nighttime look and you're going out at night, it is nice to make sure that this does not move for the rest of the night. I kind of overlined my lips a little bit too much, but it's okay. Don't tell anybody, it's okay. Alright, so that completes everything for this makeup look and this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed both of the looks that I created today, and I hope that you found some tips and tricks that will be helpful for you in your day-to-day routine and doing your makeup and stuff like that. Before I close this video, I do want to say that tomorrow, or the day after this video goes up, I am going to be filming a question and answer video. So in the comments on this video, ask me any questions that you want. They can be about life, they can be about makeup, they can be about anything personal. I mean, whatever you want to ask, just ask me down below and I will answer your question in the video. Alright, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Could you not? Okay. Do not rip out mommy's extensions, please. That would be greatly appreciated. What? Stop! How cute is this? Oh my gosh, you're so precious. Could you stop it? This is in the shade Rude.